So good evening to everyone. Now we will move on to the animal feed supplements, which are very important, especially in case of the animal nutrition is concerned. So quickly we will move on. So feed additives and supplements in animal feeds are for the animal health and productivity. Then what are the feed additives and supplements? They are the feed additives and supplements are added to animal feed to improve the health and productivity of the animals, and these additives support digestion, stimulate appetite and promote growth. Then the types of the feed additives are single substances added in small quantities for a specific type of the function and also aid in the digestion, weight gain and overall animal health. So, very briefly telling enzymes as feed additives. So, the enzymes are catalysts of the biochemical processes sourced from plants, animals, and microorganisms. So, they help break down complex nutrients, making them more digestible to the animals. So, classification of the animal feed additives are different varieties of the classifications are there in the they are based on the European Commission regulations and also based on holistic approach based on their origin and function. Then the animal feed additives can be classified as sensory additives, then nutritional additives, then zootechnical additives, and also the coccidiostats. So these are the important animal feed additives. Then coming to the classification of this thing, so these are as per the manufacturing properties of feed, antifungals, antioxidants, pellet binders. Whereas the additives that modify animal growth and feed efficacy, so they are the feed flavors, digestion modifiers like enzymes, prebiotics, buffers, acidifiers, and antibiotics, anti-bloat compounds, isoacids, then salivation producers. So these are the and also the probiotics and the deformating agents. Then few of them are the metabolism modifiers like hormones, then beta adrenergic receptors, and these are classified as the growth promoters and also antibiotics. So ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, classifies the feed additives as additives influence feed stability, then feed manufacturing properties of the feed like the antifungals, antioxidants, and pellet binders. So, some of the additives modifying animal feed growth, efficacy, metabolism, and performance are feed flavors. Good flavor is added. Then digestion modifiers, metabolism modifiers, then also the growth promoters, especially in case of cows and poultry. So additives modifying animal health are drugs and immunomodulators. So additive modifying consumer acceptance, especially the coloring agents like xantho pills are also used. So this holistic classification of the feed additives, so these affect the state of the health of the cattle, enhances feed intake, phytogenic additives. Then also the facilitate digestion and absorption, and few of them are the enzymes. Then enhance quality and acceptability. Then also promote growth and production of the animals. Then also the alter metabolism. Then one of the important feed additives are anti-caking agent, and anti-caking agents are the anhydrous substances that can pick up moisture without themselves becoming wet. So they are added to dry mixes to prevent the particles from clumping or together, and so to keep product free flowing or moisture free. They are either anhydrous salts of the substances that hold water by surface addition, yet themselves remain free flowing. And there are varieties of the anti-caking agents, and later we'll go one by one. And anti-caking agents are the salt or long chain fatty acids like calcium phosphate, potassium and sodium ferrocyanide, magnesium oxide, sialic acids, aluminium, magnesium, calcium, and salt. Then sodium and aluminum silicate are also used as the anti-caking agents. Then sodium, calcium, aluminium silicates. Then calcium aluminum silicate. So apart from this one, the toxin binder, especially the mycotoxin binders, prevent the absorption of harmful mycotoxins. So they bind to toxins in the gastrointestinal tract, ensuring they are excreted and protecting animals from toxic related illness. And some of the minerals are also used as animal feed. Then these are essential for growth, maintenance, performance, milk production, and also the overall health. So they support bone development, immune function, and metabolic processes. The examples of these are the calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. Whereas the important feed additives are also the vitamins. So vitamins are essential for maintaining biological functions and vital for immune response, metabolism, and overall well-being of the animal or the human being. So the vitamins feed additives are vitamin A, D, E, and K. Apart from this one, B complex vitamins are also added. So what is the benefit of adding the feed additives? So this improve digestion and nutrient absorption. Then they also enhance the weight gain and growth rates, especially in case of birds, and prevention of the diseases through the increased immune function. That is also another property of the substance. So, top reasons of use of phytogenic feed additives. Nowadays, lot of phytogenic feed additives are there. So, they are used with the better FCR, good fast experience, anti-inflammatory effect, growth promotion, then the antimicrobial effect and digestibility enhancements. The phyto products are being used. Then the production of food by livestock results from the genetic capacity, food quality, and efficacy of feed conversion. So, this is there is a need of improving the quality of the feed, and the feed additives are commonly described as non-nutrient substances that accelerate the growth, efficacy, feed utilization, or beneficiaries of the health or metabolism. Then range of feed additives within the industry is very broad. They are growth promoters, disease preventing agents, and auxiliary substances. So not these are essential in feed thing, but sometimes increase the quality of the feed. So feed additives are used in the diets in very small quantities, and they are very beneficial things. Then the broad classification, as we have already learned them, the one is the chemical classification, the growth promoters are the first one. So we are going to add the ionophore antibiotics, and then the arsenicals, prebiotics, then buffers, defonating agents, organic acids, and the feed acidifiers. So the disease preventing agents like antibiotics, coccidioids, and mold inhibitors. Then feed supplements of the vitamins like organic trace minerals, synthetic vitamins, synthetic amino acids, then non-proteinous nitrogen like urea, then branched volatile fatty acids. Auxiliary or additional substances like the fat extract or herbal products, then antioxidant, flavoring agents, pigmentation products, then emulsions, hormones, then preservative, then pellet binds, adsorbents like activated charcoal or toxin binders, and methane inhibitors, especially in case of livestock and poultry. So antibiotics are the product of microbial origin. Everyone know this thing, and they are inhibit the multiplication of the bacteria. So the non-ionophore antibiotics, there are varieties of these have got the metabolic effect, especially in case of the gut wall associated changes of the microorganisms, nutrition sparing effect will be there, control of subclinical diseases starting from ketosis also, modification of rumen fermentation. All this will the characteristic feature of the non-ionophore antibiotics. So these are all the examples are used as non-ionophore like evaporacin, bacitracin, zinc bacitracin, chlortetracycline, flavomycin, neomycin, OTC, spiramycin, tylosin, and virginiamycin. And these are all the things which need to be used for dairy cows, calves, then also sheep and goat. Then ionophore antibiotics lipid soluble complexes with the cations and mediate their transport across the barriers, and carboxylic acid ionophores. So they also form certain binders with that of the bacteria, and they cause the inhibition. And antibiotic action of the ionophores increased production of propionate and decreased production of methane, resulting in increased efficacy of the energy metabolism, decreased lactic acid production, and foam formation in the rumen, leading to reduction of ruminal disorders. Then ionophores are generally bacteriostatic, not bactericidal. So the gram-positive bacteria do not have outer membrane and the much susceptible to the action of all the ionophores and very commonly used ruminant bacteria that produce lactic acid, butyric acid, or succinic acid are susceptible to these microorganisms. So limitations of these are methanogens adopt ionophores after prolonged exposure, and there is a chance that this may affect the absorption and retention of certain minerals, especially the magnesium. So they will cause rumen disturbance. Then arsenicals are really toxic substances, but they are very small quantity. They are used as growth inhibitors for pathogenic microorganisms only and to restore conditions of recovering animal. So arsenicals are added at the rate 50 to 70 grams per ton of the feed. So very low dose is added. Then buffering complex are the mixtures of the weak acids and their conjugates. Weak acids and their conjugates, and when present in the aqueous solution, buffers should resist change in the pH upon addition of the acid or base. Then, in ruminant nutrition, the term buffer is applied loosely to exclude oxalate and hydroxides that neutralize the acids present in the feedstuff or acid produced during the ruminant fermentation. So a more appropriate term is neutralizing agents or alkali agents. And the saliva itself is a very good buffering agent, especially in case of ruminants. So the mechanism buffering agents, so they resist the change in ruminal pH and increase functional flow rate of the reticulo-omasal orifice. In increase in the fluid dilution is due to the increased osmolality, which increases both water intake and influx to the ruminal wall. Then there are lot of buffers like sodium bicarbonate, magnesium oxide are very commonly used in dairy cattle to counteract the reduction in the milk yield. Then usually the sodium bicarbonate is a very commonly administered substance to the dairy cattle. It should be supplemented as 0.6 to 0.8% of total mixture. Means 600 gram to 800 grams per quintal of the feed, or 1.2 to 1.6% of the concentrate mixture. So maximum 1 kg of the soda bicarb can be put in 100 kg of the feed. And magnesium oxide should be added at the rate of 0.2 to 0.4% total mixed rate, or 0.4 to 6% of the concentrate mixture, or 600 grams magnesium oxide. So when feeding combination 2 to 3 parts, both of these can be mixed with 1 part of magnesium oxide. But feeding large amounts of this may cause depress the feed intake also, may due to so many mechanisms. Antioxidants are chemical compounds which have uh, the capacity of preventing oxidation, and many times the antioxidants are very commonly used as the health increasing agents, or they are uh, part of the body system. Commonly usually the antioxidants are butylated hydroxyl anisole, or BHA, or butylated hydroxytoluene, and ethoxyquin. So all these are these antioxidants, and these are added directly into the mixed layer of the feed at the rate of 125 to 200 gram per ton. It is a very lowest quantity per ton of the feed, or 0.125 grams per kg of the feeds, 100 milligrams per kg of the feeds. Prebiotics or oligosaccharides are non-digestive feed ingredients, selectively stimulate growth and activity of limited number of bacterial species already in the digestive tract, and improves host tissue. So this is a wide variety of the actions are there, and oligosaccharides are water soluble. They resist attack by the digestive enzymes, and therefore they are not metabolized. So they reach colon directly and interact with the colonic microbial flora. Then act as specific growth substrates, alter cell adhesions. When used in the mixed amount, oligosaccharide increases the weight gain and improve the health status. A wide variety of the oligosaccharides, fructo, gluco, and galacto oligosaccharide is commercially available as the feed additive. So most of these are the natural products made up of very simple sugars. They do not and have the antigenic property, and they do not possess much toxic effects. So they are resistant to the pH and body temperature, and they do not have viability problems like probiotics and enzymes. In plant extracts, lot of plant extracts are being used like yucca, then also with NPN metabolism through slowing urea hydrolysis. So there is one plant extract, that's the sarsaparilla. It is 60 milligram per kg, is similar to the monensin feeding but at lower magnitude. And apart from this one, crude methanol extract from the fruit Sapindus rara is also combined with the feed, and some microbial growth factors are most effective in improving rumen digestibility studies. Herbal products, thousands of the herbal products are there, and everyone claim that they are good and act like antibiotics or antioxidants. Then, but desired effect of this herb is not yet understood, and the they need lot of validation and different type of things. And the herbal toxin bind substances are many are there. Then enzymes, digestive enzymes are there like cellulase, xylanase, and beta gluconase. So these are the important enzymes. They increase the digestibility. Then methane inhibitors are nowadays becoming very popular, and they are going to remain and represents an energy loss to the host animal, as well as contributing to the factor of different types of the substances which are meant for the animal feed regularly. But the ruminant microflora, they may adopt it, or sometimes they may also go for neutralizing such compounds. The examples, many examples are there in these things. Then hormones, only few of the hormones are effective orally. Then they are used in order of bringing absolute desirable changes, and they can be grouped into anabolic steroids or catabolic hormones. So the anabolic are growth hormone, then thyroxine, which are being used for increasing the animal productivity either through growth or egg or milk production. Then BST or recombinant bovine somatotropin or RBST for increasing milk production, iodinated casein for increased egg production. However, lot of controversies are there. Several countries banned the use of these hormonal preparations, especially in case of the food producing animals. And branded chain fatty acids and N valeric acid. So the branched chain fatty acids are also butyric, 2-methyl butyric and isovaleric acids. So in high yielding cows, these branched chain fatty acids are very much required. Absorbents are the one which chelate the toxicants, especially in the intestine. Example is activated charcoal, silicates. They are very commonly used in case of poultry feed and also in case of the livestock, which exposed to aflatoxinosis. So activated charcoal, a black tarry compound, is usually administered at the rate of 20 to 120 milligram per kg to the domestic animals, especially in case of cattle. And it is mainly used to reduce lead and pesticide toxicity, and several substances like the aluminum silicates, bentonite clay, zeolites have been found beneficial in ameliorating the toxic effects of the mycotoxins. Then chelation agents or chelated minerals and or the organic minerals. So the bioavailability of inorganic minerals varies greatly depending upon their solubility and ionization of them at the site of absorption. And the organic or chelated forms of the minerals are generally more bioavailable than their counterparts, chelated forms. However, scanty work has been done in India for the chelated minerals, means the research is lacking, especially in case of the chelated minerals. Hence, inorganic or chelated mineral supplementation is beyond their reach, and nobody can be guaranteed that the mineral is chelated or not. So chelated mineral is an additional concept nowadays. A lot of pharmaceutical companies are selling the products in the name of the chelated products, and because of this, the cost of the material is also going very high. Chelated mineral are usually double the cost of the regular mineral mixture. So, chelated minerals is a recent concept, and one need to uh, use the benefit and risk ratios always. Lactic acid is a pathogen inhibitor and may be used to control or prevent diarrhea associated with some bacterial infection by lowering the pH, but it cannot be more because the propionic acid, formic acid, and lactic acid can be used as preservative for high moisture and feed ingredients to inhibit the unwanted bacterial growth. Then organic acids, these are especially malic acid and fumaric acid, were found to be potent agent for human manipulation. So the millet stimulates lactate utilization by the Celamonas, that's ruminating. So millet is more effective in lactate utilization than that of the fumarate enzymes. So the fumarate was also found to be beneficial. Then flavoring agents, so whether the animals do have much flavoring concept or not known. And pigmentation of the compounds are used satisfactorily, and xanthophylls present in yellow maize and lucerne are used to produce deep yellow color pigmentation, especially in the egg yolk. Then pellet binders. So if a feed which is stored for some long time, then if they adhere to each other, then the plaques will be formed. Hence, this industrial pellet binders like bentonite, lignin, sulfonate, hemicellulose, molasses, and gurnil are used for increase the texture and firmness of the pelleted feeding stuff. Then to derive to some conclusions we are there, and we'll also go for few of the other things, which is young pre-ruminant cows also respond to the growth factors like this thing. Then bacterial DNA, nitrofurazone, etc. are used. I know for antibiotics, very common use. Then monensim sodium at the rate 20 to 30 milligram improves the feed efficacy. Probiotics are defined as live microbial food supplement that beneficially affect the host animal by improving the intestinal microbial balance. Then beneficial microbes produce enzymes that complement and the digestive ability of host and their presence towards barrier. Then the desirable bacteria extract their effect in different ways. Addition to the digestive tract called to prevent colonization of the pathogenic microorganisms. And here the E. coli need to become attached to the gut wall to exert their harmful effect. Whereas the probiotics are going to reduce this thing. So here the superficial pathogenic bacteria are going to be prevented from entering the enterocytic gut wall by non-pathogenic bacteria which serve as a protective layer. So varieties of the bacteria like coliform bacteria, decarboxylic amino acids, etc., are there to produce amines, cause gut irritation, and lead to diarrhea. So some of the bacteria are found and prevent these things. So varieties of the advantages are there, just like the lactobacillus acidophilus is one of the important biological matter. In monogastric lactobacilli, Bacillus subtilis, streptococci have been used as probiotics in ruminants. The yeast or Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the form of culture or dead cells with culture extract, etc. So these are all certain concepts. So once again, if you administer the growth promoter, increased this cellulotic lytic numbers is going to be, then ultimately the animals forage consumption will be decreased, then increased animal performance. So the variety of these substances are used, and these are the oligosaccharides naturally in the food source, like the soybean meal, rapeseed meal, legume contain alpha galacto-oligosaccharides. So the non-pathogenic bacteria are used as a layer to protect the surface carbohydrate receptors from attacking with the pathogenic bacteria and other cells of the body. But itself, plant itself, there are pathogenic microbial cells on the surface, and they are called as the lectins, and recognize these carbohydrates, and by which they attach to the gut cells. Then Salmonella and E. coli have a mannose specific lectins. Arsenicals used to be very low quantity, 50 to 70 grams per ton of the feed. And it is not retained in the tissue. Buffering agents are the mixture of weak acids and uh, their conjugates. So here the buffer mortality of rumen fermentation, as usual, they also produce lot of saliva, then go to the rumino-reticular orifices, and the increase in the feed dilution rate is due to the increased osmolarity, which increases both water and intake. So these sodium bicarbonate and magnesium oxide are very routinely used as 1.2 to 1.6% of the total concentration. So sometimes the feeding large amount of the minerals, always it is not helpful. So get rid of that particular material. The antioxidants like the butylated hydroxyl and the senosol, or BHA, the butylated hydroxytoluene, and ethoquine, and natural remedies including the vitamin E, then vitamin C, and many more substances. Enzymes are there, Lot of researches are being taken, and surely we are welcoming later to the other departments. Hormones are sometimes used in the form of the boron plus, like that, applicators. Synthesized compounds and also do have similar response to that of the hormones. Anabolic steroids are the one which always stimulate the growth, but cost factor, it is they are very high and not available in India also. Bovine somatotrophin, like the beta hydroxybutyrate on test we will to conduct, then present in different type of the animals. Advantage of these compounds, not absorbed from the gut and have ability to bind physically with toxic substances. So they prevent the absorption. So the adsorbents used in our experiments, etc., they show that activated charcoal can be made available to the poultry farmers. Flavoring agents, already you know, xanthophylls are the one. And summary and final thoughts coming to this particular topic is feed additives and supplements. They play a very crucial role in animal health and add the productivity. So if you feed properly, then the milk will also be proper. Then the right additives can improve digestion, weight, then these are also going to protect all from the evil eyes. So that's about the feed additives and feed supplements. Both of them are almost they are same, and try to get the matter in a proper manner so that study well, especially during this time. And everyone do know that the exam is far away, but start training nowadays, and definitely uh, it is guaranteed that you will score very high. And don't worry about the tomorrow. Start studying today itself, and we are going to stream the question papers as early as possible. And thank you so much, and have a good day.